Welcome to Monday, February 28th. Here is your overview for the day. The main thing that we're going to work on today is looking at what new Choose Your Own Design Adventure project you want to work on. Now, remember, if you're looking to do the college credit, we will be submitting the portfolio towards the end of April. So you still have time to work on that if you want to do a different one this week instead of the college project. Totally up to you. So, in addition to the how to, the magazine cover, and the magazine spread college projects, we still have the movie poster where you can make two movie posters, the band where you're making a logo and then developing the album cover and other materials. The skateboard graphic one, I really want to revisit this one because I don't think the rigor is at the high enough level for the skateboard graphic piece. I think this one's a little bit more simplistic. So, if you choose to do the skateboard one, you and I need to sit down one on one and figure out a way to really make this thing equitable and balanced because the last few haven't really been as strong as I was really hoping for. And then the sports team branding one, this one's really great. This is you're going to be doing a uniform. You're going to come up with a logo for the company or for the new team and developing a branding guide. Now, the new ones that we're working with are the Myth and Magic. This is the MOPA exhibit. So I'm going to give you a camera. You have access to the studio and you're going to be submitting one photo composite that shows off how magic or myth is present in your life. What does it mean to you? How does it connect to something that you care about? And so this is the video that they put together, and you're going to be able to use photos that you take as well as photos that you find online. The overview that I have here explains the resources and exactly what it is that you're putting together. And I've got all of the information that you're going to need from the museum, as well as the steps. You're going to start by reading the contest first, and then starting to generate ideas in a Google Doc, and then drawing out some sketches and piecing the thing together. For those of you that are not as aware of some myths or things that are around, I've put some links here to a huge playlist of different myths. Unfortunately, there's still some of them are showing up as unavailable, which is why I've included the link here. If the link still does not work, you might try it on your phone or outside of class. Sometimes the district stuff is blocking a lot of stuff. We got some modern myth stuff. So I started looking at like Marvel being possibly a modern myth, Japanese myths, Aztec myths, giant all over the world myths. If you can find something that connects to your heritage, your interests, or something that speaks to you on a personal level, I think that's going to increase your chances of potentially being chosen to be exhibited in the Museum of Photographic Arts. I've had several students in the past, probably about 8 students in the last 4 years, that have had their work presented in the museum. You get free passes. Your parents get to go to a opening of the exhibit that's exclusive to the people who are there, and they only choose 100 students, K through 12. So you've got a chance of actually being a exhibited photographer. So all the resources are there. We'll talk about how to submit the work. Now, the next project that I have here, I'm really excited by. This is for an actual real client. You're going to be developing a logo and the look of this race car. This race car is already built, and it's built by a man named Pete Ardrima and Kevin Braun, and he does it out of his garage, and he's a 7th place in the world for land speed records using this Lakester vehicle that he's developed, and he builds the engines just down the street from us. So he said he'd be open to possibly bringing the car here, bringing pieces of the car, and they're having a race in May. And so your logo, because it's only open to our classes, your logo could be the one that shows up on their race car in May when they're racing in Victorville. So really cool opportunity, and you're going to be working with a client. Now, this one's a bit different since it is client work. You're going to need to really review over the materials that they gave us and take a lot of notes and ask questions in those notes, and then read some of these short articles that I've put together and watch this video that they produced about their most recent world record that they broke, because this will give you a better idea of who the client is. Also, it'll give you a chance to write down some questions that you might have specific to developing this logo. You are going to be creating the logo and the number, and then the look and layout of where it's going to go on the actual vehicle. So you'll want to watch this video. It'll explain more details. I put a lot of resources together with the photos and links to their YouTube channel, as well as some tutorials for race team logos. And that is the racing team project. And then the last new one for this week is food truck owner. With this food truck owner one, you're going to make your own food truck. So you're going to come up with a company and a style of food and a theme on your own. You're going to create a logo. You're going to do the layout of the vehicle. And then you're going to choose to do one or more of the following: a business card, the opening day flyer that you'd be handing out saying, hey, we're open. Check out what we've got. Your takeout menu, or a sidewalk sign, or if you have another idea, you can propose it to me, and we can potentially come up with a way to build that particular item. I've put resources together here that gives you a short little explanation about food truck history, and this article has a ton of cool little resources you can click on to get more information. Here's a news report about working inside of a New York City truck. This one is a short documentary about food truck wars, kind of a nice way to get a better understanding of the culture and the unique spin that you might put on your own food truck. I've got a short slideshow thing here that has 100 different food logo designs, as well as a short video for different food truck kind of cool outside looks. So with this, again, you're going to be creating a logo. You're going to be creating a food truck mock-up, which I've created an Illustrator version of, but you can also incorporate that in Photoshop if you want. And then you'll choose at least one of these items to produce specifically for your food truck. So those are the options that you have for this week. Those are the 3 new ones. And again, if you choose to do the skateboard one, let's talk, because I want to make sure that we can make this a bit more rigorous than we have in the past. As always, if you have questions, just let me know.